Hello, welcome to another edition of the Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's. I'm Norm Wamer. This is Big John Malkoski. This is Mortgage Marty Bihn. You okay? You're laughing already. You're plotting ways to drag this into the gutter.
I actually don't even know what my record was, but I feel like it couldn't have gotten worse than it already was, so I feel like I've redeemed myself a bit.
Oh, no, you did. You were the best one for the week.
Yes.
I'm not saying that says a lot.
See, I wanted to go right to that, to focus on that, to get the show started before I get it off the rest of the rails.
We'll get there in segment 3.
We all celebrate small victories.
And this could be the smallest.
I had a guy today, he was all excited at the office. He said something. I said, so you're saying Ohio State beat Rutgers? And he said, well, that's not exactly fair. I said, it's kind of close. No. And he goes, yeah, it is actually kind of close. I said, well, yeah. I mean, if you get beat by Rutgers, you have to do a gut check. But when you whoop on them, not so much. So there you go.
We can't go anywhere. We were at Ralphie's and somebody came over to the table.
Yep.
I really enjoy watching. I was at doing a high school game on Friday, and I was walking off talking to somebody, and just randomly talking to him, and as I was walking off, he goes, "Love watching the show."
See, that's interesting because you get that, and I get, "You're an idiot." It's just funny the difference in reaction. I get, "Oh, I love watching the show." You get that, and I get, "Oh my God, you're the dumbest sports guy I've ever met."
Well, I've met some of your friends, so.
True enough.
All right, let's talk a little college football because this is something that a lot of people are talking about, and we haven't as of yet. Okay, and this was taped before all the games today, so we don't know what happened earlier today. But Toledo with a couple of really bad losses. One, obviously, the arch rival, the BG Falcons, and then followed it up with a worse performance against Ball State, an ugly, ugly performance. Where do we stand on things? Jason Candle now in his last 21 is 11-10. He's with all the extra compensation and all that is over $1 million a year. And you can argue about other things. I don't think you can argue though that they're not getting their money's worth.
So to me, the production is different than the compensation. And when I say that, when you're a mid-major anymore, you're paying too much for everybody based on what the gate brings. Well, but that's, comp has gone crazy in that area. So, whether the comp matches the production, I think, is an interesting debate that the guy in the street wants to make. But they're all overpaid based on the gate. The revenue, not the results.
Well, and considering you've got coordinators at the Power Fives making more than the head coaches here,
and making more than many lower level Power Five. There are coordinators at Alabama and Ohio State and whatever that make more than head coaches at, say,
Rutgers, Illinois.
Yeah. So I think that to me, it's almost like you have to put that in its own box, and we can talk about it, but I don't even know if it's productive. The reality is, at Toledo being 11-10 in your last 21 is not acceptable with where the program is perceived to be and supposed to be, and that's a question that's different to me than the monetary side, because would it be better? I don't mean to sound this the wrong way, but if it was $600,000, would it be better?
Well, no, but if you're the highest paid coach in the MAC, you can't be a 500 coach. Right. Whether it's $1 million, whether it's 600,000, whatever it is comparatively to everybody else.
Understood.
You can't do that. You can't say they don't have talent, because you look at the amount of Toledo guys playing in the NFL every Sunday that have been there and that will probably go on from there now. There's always guys there.
So here's the struggle that I have is I don't know what's happened the last 2 weeks, because I'm at most games and watch almost all of them. And the team that I saw beat BYU, who then they upset Boise last week. So that's clearly a quality football team. I understand they came to Toledo, they're traveling time zones, all that. But that was a heck of a football game. That's not the team that played the last 2 weeks. And I sometimes I wonder how that happens and what goes on, because it's a weird thing sometimes.
And the only kind of caveat you can put in there is that Guadani got hurt. He only played. Not that he was. They were already losing by the time he left the BG game. But he didn't play at all. But you got to have more than one quarterback. You can't have just one quarterback in college football.
It's why I stress the 11-10 over the last 21, because it's not. That doesn't help. There's no question. But it wasn't exactly running smooth before that.
Right.
So the BYU win was a good win and all, but we've seen this happen before. We saw it in the bowl game a couple of years ago against, what was it, Appalachian State?
Arkansas
State, where they got shut out. And you had a quarterback that got drafted in the NFL, and you got shut out. And from what I understand, they weren't ready to play. And
didn't want to be there.
From what I've heard, but
I believe didn't want to be there.
As I used to be.
It was a repeat performance. They were in the same bowl game. People go there with an apathetic attitude, and they showed up like they didn't want to be there.
See, and you can't do that as a mid-major, as a non-Power 5. I mean, you're going to go to a bowl game as long as, if you have 6 wins, you're going to go to a bowl game. So, I mean, you have to play every game. Yeah, it's one thing if, when Alabama doesn't want to play against whoever it is, Boise, or like when Boise upset Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl. It didn't mean anything to Oklahoma, but it was a huge game to Boise. Right. You can't not show up if you're a MAC team.
If you got shut out, if you got beat in a shootout or something like that,
right.
I don't think anybody would blink at it.
Second overtime, you get beat because you didn't make your 2 point. Somebody else. I mean,
and then Bowling Green last week, they followed that up with not a good performance. So you can't quite say yet that Bowling Green's really improving, although I think they will as the season goes along, because they had a pretty strong recruiting class. So.
Yeah, I think the struggle that I have with the entire situation is it's become about money, and at the same time, it should be about results, because I think you can't, unless you're one of those teams. I mean, how many teams make money? We talk about this all the time. How many college football? I mean, the lower level Power 5 teams aren't making any more money unless they're getting revenue share from their, Big Ten network.
Big Ten network helps.
Yeah, that's a little different. But
but
other than that, it's the haves and the have-nots, and that it's getting worse every day. But having said that, I think we've come to expect a certain level of quality, and we're not there right now, and that needs to be addressed.
Well, as I remember with Mark Elon, where he took over a really good program, and then it started to wane. That's one of the things that's always a concern whenever you take over a program that's going really well. And obviously Matt Campbell, it was going really well, and he continues to go really well at Iowa State.
Well, the other sad part of this to me is it also, let's pretend there's something we don't know about that's happened, or Mitch Kadani really was a big deal or whatever. The other thing is this almost teaches a lesson to coaches that you better get out while the getting's good, and it makes it hard. You're smirking, but I think that's the other elephant in the room that we don't want to talk about is it sends the wrong message about getting out.
No, I'm not smirking, because back when I used to write columns for the Toledo Free Press when it was here, I wrote that exact column. Was if you stick around long enough in the MAC, you're going to get fired.
Oh, the one for me is Gary Blackney.
It doesn't matter who it is.
I mean, at Bowling Green, he was supposed to be the next one. He was waiting for the Ohio State job. And then it turned downward, and now he's coordinating somewhere.
About the only one that I've seen it not happen to is the coach at Ohio University.
He'd already been to the pinnacle.
Yeah,
I know.
Right, so he's on the downside. So he's perfectly happy sitting in a corner smoking cigars and going, yeah, leave me alone.
Nope.
All right, we got to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll start talking some NFL and talk about last week. And then the final segment, we will go over the games that'll happen tomorrow. All right, it's for our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's.
Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good.
Win with Ralphie's starting lineup. Get 10 of the biggest and best wings for only $5.65 starting at $9. Try our double cheeseburger with fresh hand-cut fries for just $7.99. Score a 5-count domestic iced bucket for $11 every day. And get 25 wings for $18.75.
Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bihn, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-481-8696 to speak with Marty Bihn today.
Are you hungry? Of course you are. Want pizza? Yeah, you do. And there's no better place to go for hot, fresh pizza than Mike's Pizza and More. From pizza and wings to subs and salads, Mike's has everything you need to provide the family dinner tonight. Whether it's carry-out or delivery, our family-owned business has been happily serving the Holland area for years. And with our new location, we now proudly serve the Oregon area. Should you call Mike's Pizza and More right now? Yeah, you should.
Power Bomb Wrestling returns to Toledo coming up on Sunday, October the 27th. It's October Obsession, St. Clements Hall, 2990 Tremainsville Road. The new champion, Sexy Sean Casey, will defend his title in a triple threat match. Also, the tag team titles decided in a lumberjack match. Get your discount advance tickets right now at pbwexcitement.com. It's Sunday, October 27th. For the best wrestlers in the Midwest, it's Power Bomb Wrestling. And back we are for our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's. And Ralphie's are home away from home most Sundays.
Yep.
I got a wrestling event this
Yep,
Sunday.
not tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
Tomorrow's not going to happen. But any other time for football, great specials, great food, good time, always. What's going on at Fairway?
We are slammed to open a new mommy office. I'm proud to say that. We're adding 6 or 7 people and basically doubling in size this week. So it's a good week to be at Fairway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks to Mike's Pizza and More. And appreciate it, Matt, very much. All right, let's take a look at Week 7. There weren't any real glaring upsets, I thought. But I get a feeling you might want to start with the Monday night game.
The Monday night game or the Sunday night game?
No, the Monday night game. We'll get to the Sunday night game.
Watching those all-powerful Jets, you mean?
So, I felt really good when we started tonight, and here we are, because how does that team beat the Cowboys the week before? How does that happen?
Apparently the Cowboys must have ghosts. I don't know.
The Jekyll and Hyde boys?
Well, no, you were texting us about Belichick.
He's a genius. Sorry, he is. Best defensive coordinator of all time. Embarrassingly better than everyone else.
Because?
Well, when Sam Darnold says he sees ghosts, and the week before he pummels the Cowboys and looks like, the high draft pick he
Looks
was.
like a real quarterback.
Looks like, he looks like I'm a real quarterback. And the next week he sees ghosts, you shake your head and say, hats off, brother. Because I don't even like that. I think he's he's not a great guy, but good Lord, I'd want him as coach in my defense every day for the rest of ever.
Brady, though, in an offense, the receivers that he had, and it doesn't seem to matter.
No.
It's just
And now
It's
they
not
added a
fair.
real one.
right.
Yeah, none of it's
Got
fair.
Sanu from Atlanta.
Yeah.
None of it's fair. But did you? So there was a stat this week. They'd be 2-4-1 if the offense never took a snap. Okay, do that. Roll that around in your head for a minute. They would be. There was a Bears team when Hester was there when they made the Super Bowl and they were terrible. That was like that.
5 kickoff returns.
Yeah, or something.
Like
But they'd be 2-4-1.
yeah.
They'd be in second place behind Buffalo if the offense never took a snap. I don't have a hat on, but good Lord, hats off. It's awful.
They're one of 2 undefeateds. The other one's San Francisco. They had a big 9-0 win in a monsoon.
Oh boy, that was
Washington.
a rough watch. We had that one on at Ralphie, and that was brutal.
They're still overrated.
You know what, though? Their defense isn't.
No, their
I mean,
defense
if you're
is
going to
really.
point at Garoppolo and maybe the running game, and okay, I get that part, but the defense is really, really, really
You're not
good.
winning big games late in the year unless Garoppolo changes some things. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, yeah,
And that defense is the. Talk
not
about the
saying
team
they're
that
going
we
to the Super
should say
Bowl.
is the Bears from a few years ago or the Ravens or
Right.
whatever. They are, because Brady's not going to make a mistake to beat you, and Garoppolo will.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, but that defense is really good, and it's going to win them games.
They put people in positions they don't want to be in, and they get after it.
Well, we'll find out if defense wins in the postseason. I'm not sure it does anymore. So, and we've tackled that topic before. All right, Sunday night game. Go ahead.
I have no idea which team shows up every week now. So I'm just going to keep picking the Cowboys because I'm a fan, but I don't even – because someone please text me the explanation for what happened last week versus what happened Sunday night, because you can't, right?
No.
How many Carson Wentz texts did I give you?
Let's see, overrated,
It's just awful.
way overrated, should have kept Nick Foles. My phone basically blew up with he looks terrible.
He's got such a strong arm that he can overthrow a guy 50 yards downfield by 5 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a cannon.
Yep.
Yes.
Which means absolutely nothing.
I coached a kid like that. Every time he got a little scared, you just throw it 8 yards past everybody, so he didn't have to get hit and wouldn't throw a pick because he didn't want to get yelled at by the coaches and didn't want to get hit. So he just chuck it. It was like, dude.
It's always a danger when you draft potential.
Well, they didn't just draft potential. They gave a significant contract extension.
Well, and they traded up to get him.
Yes.
So they gave away a bunch of
Yeah, they shuttled the guy that did win for them.
Speaking of which, how did the Broncos? How can we get rid of forever the John Elway genius GM moniker?
I was never there, so.
Well, I'm saying, but whoever was saying that, you're wrong.
Well, and now the Broncos are in a weird situation because you can't fire John Elway. I mean, you got to wait until he just decides he's done.
Why?
How do you fire the guy who is the best player?
I'm going to give you Jerry Jones's phone number about firing Tom Landry, and it'll all make sense.
Well, yeah, but he would just bought the team.
Lions lose to Minnesota. And I believe in that game, the Lions did not force a turnover nor have a sack.
And I did not start Mervyn Jones.
He gave up
in my
42
fantasy
points.
team.
No, but I started Galladay.
Oh,
See, so
good choice.
Yeah,
Well, and don't look now, but Kirk Cousins now had 3 really good games in a row. I don't know if that means he's turning a corner or what.
Don't drink the Cousins Kool-Aid.
No, he's fine, okay?
He's not gonna win you games,
He's
and he-
not as good as his best games, and he's not as bad as his worst games. He just
And that defense can be really good.
wasn't necessarily last Sunday, but 42-30 win anyway.
Okay.
Well, now you got the Lions trading starting safeties, and
Yeah, apparently there are some players not happy about that.
a lot of players are not real happy with that trade, and that's going to get interesting up there because I don't know if that's waving the white towel or if that's trying to trade for some depth. But when you're only getting draft picks, that's
The Raiders traded Garen Conley for draft picks, so. And that just was not working out. There's more to that story.
Yes.
Well, and there may be more behind the Diggs trade too, but
You always hate that when you draft a guy in the first round and then you trade him for a third round.
I think we can say that Marcus Mariota's not getting a contract extension after last week. Let's see. There were some things decided last week.
Yeah.
There's a lot not decided. How the head coach at Atlanta still has a job is a mystery to me. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't understand.
Aaron Rodgers with Green Bay was also playing with receivers that aren't very good. He was doing real well.
He's one of those special few that I think the three of us could suit up, and the only thing we'd have to do is just catch it when he hits us in the chest with it. Like just try and get a glove on it before he gets to your pads, and then just fall on it, and you'll do fine.
Well, all the people that are all upset about McCarthy getting fired,
Right, get out of his way.
they're sitting at 6-1.
Get out of his. Well, their defense is better too.
I'm not discounting that.
Right.
But they're 6-1. So it has not hurt them that they made that move. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll take a look at Week 8 and everything that's going on tomorrow and Monday night. It's Front Row Roundtable Show presented by Ralphie's.
Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good.
Win with Ralphie's starting lineup. Get 10 of the biggest and best wings for only $5.65 starting at $9. Try our double cheeseburger with fresh hand-cut fries for just $7.99. Score a 5-count domestic iced bucket for $11 every day. Now get your Ralphie's delivered to you with DoorDash.
Bring yourself to Ralphie's. Yeah, it's that good.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bihn, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-481-8696 to speak with Marty Bihn today.
Red Wing Shoes, a quality built to last, just like the legacy of service at your Red Wing Shoes dealer, North Reynolds at Bancroft in Toledo. Family owned and operated since 1982. 4 generations building a legacy of quality and service for years to come. Our sales staff has over 95 years selling and servicing Red Wing shoe products, and we have the largest selection of Red Wing shoes in Northwest Ohio. Irish Setter, Works, and our USA-made heritage shoes. In stock, no waiting. Red Wing Shoes, North Reynolds at Bancroft, where service, quality, and fit come first.
Powerbomb Wrestling returns to Toledo coming up on Sunday, October the 27th. It's October Obsession, St. Clements Hall, 2990 Tremainsville Road. The new champion, Sexy Sean Casey, will defend his title in a triple threat match. Also, the tag team titles decided in a lumberjack match. Get your discount advance tickets right now at pbwexcitement.com. It's Sunday, October 27th. For the best wrestlers in the Midwest, it's Powerbomb Wrestling. All right, welcome back for our Roundtable show presented by Ralphie's. Thanks for pausing.
It's all good.
During the commercial there. All right, let's take a look at Week 8. Dallas and Baltimore in bye weeks.
What happened in Week 7? What were the stats from Week 7?
I don't want to know what happened.
What were those stats? Look,
you know, when you make a big deal out of it, when you have a good week, you're setting yourself up for when it's not a good week.
I got it. What happened last week?
You're 8-5 last week.
Okay, excellent.
Coming off of 3-10 the week before.
So now you're only 8 games under 500.
I'm about what happened right now.
What have you done for me lately?
Correct.
I was 6-7 again. John was 4-9.
Yeesh.
All right, now on to this week.
I'm still 2 above even at 43 and 41. Marty's got 38 and John's got 37.
Hey, I'm not playing for the first pick in the draft anymore at this moment.
All right, Dallas and Baltimore have a bye. I'm not sure what you're going to do this weekend.
Move along.
Thursday night game was Washington at Minnesota.
Yeah, I think we know what happened there.
Well, we did because we all watched.
I understand. But even if we didn't, we know.
All right, Sunday, 1 o'clock. The CBS game locally is Cincinnati and the LA Rams in London.
God. What's the spread?
13.
So it's 7 time zones versus 4 time zones? All right, I'm still going to take 7 time zones. Rams and the points.
Yeah.
Because talk about another team that's quit and is awful.
All right, I'm going to take the team that's quit and awful. 13's a big number.
You are a Raiders fan.
What's got to do with Cincinnati?
Nothing. Continue on.
Well, it's nice to see that the Cowboys now have a better record than the Raiders. JETS. All right, the Fox game locally is the New York Giants at Detroit. Detroit favored by 7.
I mean, who watches that game? I mean, how do you have
Detroit
to pay?
fans, New York fans.
I don't know.
Seriously,
I'll take the Giants and the points because
I'm taking the Giants and the points too. I mean, I
don't know. Neither of those teams could.
Here's what I know I'm not doing on Sunday.
Watching
that game.
Giants.
I'm taking Detroit, given the 7.
I'd rather rake leaves by hand than watch that.
I think Detroit's better than that 2-3-1 record. And really, they should have beat KC.
You are with their record, right? Yeah. Continue on.
Who said that?
Parcells, wasn't it?
No.
You are what your record is. Wasn't it the guy that used to coach in Minnesota?
Yes.
Denny Green?
Yes.
Denny Green. You are what your record is.
All right, Seattle at Atlanta. You want to talk about a team that's quit. Matt Ryan might not play. Seattle is a 3.5-point favorite on the road.
Oh, Seattle.
Seattle.
All right, we're all
You should take Atlanta.
No.
Definitely take Atlanta.
We're all on Seattle. Philadelphia at Buffalo. The Bills are a 1.5 favorites.
Buffalo.
That could be a playoff elimination game for Philly, though.
Yeah, but it's still Carson Wentz going against a really good Buffalo defense.
Philly.
Yeah, but look at who Buffalo's quarterback is.
Yeah, so it's Carson Wentz against Josh Allen. So it's 2 guys that can't hit the broadside of a barn, but can throw it through a wall.
If that barn's 7 yards downfield,
They can throw a hole in the barn, but they can't hit it.
I'm going to take the Eagles because, once again, they're not as bad as they were against Dallas. And I think everybody's overreacting a little bit there.
A point seems too little. Yeah, Eagles.
So you're going to take the Eagles, too. All right.
But I'm cheering for the Bills.
I just don't think Buffalo's going to go 6-1. I just don't. The Chargers at Chicago. The Bears a 4-point pick.
Mitch Trubisky and 4 points.
Oh, this feels dirty.
Go
Chargers.
I got to go Chargers.
All right, I'm taking the Bears. Chargers are a mess.
Yeah, I know.
They are a mess.
But you know what? They always are at the beginning of the year, and then somehow about mid-season they right the ship and end up 9-7 or 10-6, and we all go, "What the hell was that?"
They're 2-5. It ain't gonna happen. All right. Here's another game you're not gonna watch: the Jets at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 6-point favorite.
Are there ghosts in Jacksonville?
And Jacksonville won last week.
It's almost Halloween, right?
I'll take the Jets.
They had a big win over Cincinnati.
Give me the Jets and the points, I guess.
I don't think we've agreed on anything.
I'm gonna go with the mustache. I'm gonna take Minshew, and I don't even know.
All right, yeah, I took Jacksonville as well. Now here's what's interesting: you got Arizona, New Orleans. Arizona's won 3 in a row.
Don't care.
Now wait. They beat up on Cincinnati, Atlanta, and the New York Giants, and they won those games by a combined 10 points.
Okay, so you're making the case for why I'm not taking them.
And New Orleans has won 5 straight. New Orleans is a 10.5-point favorite.
Teddy Bridgewater has made himself a. So you remember Jalen Ramsey's back the Brinks truck up? Teddy's made that.
I think we got to pick it up. Pick up the pace here a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going Saints.
All right, we're all going Saints. Tampa Bay at Tennessee, another game you're not going to watch.
2 quarterbacks who aren't getting contract extensions. I'm going to go with.
Tennessee's a 2.5-point pick.
Well, they've given up on their quarterback sooner and moved on. So I'm going to go Tennessee with the
yeah, give me Tennessee.
Not future quarterback.
All right, I'm taking Tampa Bay because of the quarterback situation. And I think Tampa Bay will score their points.
Jameis Winston is
Denver at Indianapolis, the Colts favored by 5.5.
Not enough, Colts.
Yeah, Colts.
That team's actually better than you think.
Yeah.
All right, we're all in the Colts. Sunday, 4 o'clock game locally on CBS. Cleveland at New England. New England's a 13-point favorite.
New England.
Too many points. Cleveland.
No. You saw what they just did to Darnold. They'll do the same thing to Baker.
I'm going to take Cleveland as well because they had an off week. They had extra time to prepare. And
Baker doesn't believe in ghosts.
The Patriots are on a short week.
Patriots win, Cleveland covers.
So, Browns fans, I'm on your side on this one. Carolina at San Francisco. The 49ers a 5.5-point favorite.
Niners.
I got Carolina. I think it's possible Carolina wins that football game, and they're getting 5.5. Oakland at Houston.
He's been at Ralphie's a while.
We got a minute.
Okay.
Oakland at Houston. Houston a 6.5-point favorite.
Houston, no matter what.
Give me Oakland.
Did that last week. I'm taking Houston because either I get it right or or they win. Sunday night game right here on NBC 24. Green Bay at Kansas City, and with Mahomes out, Green Bay's a 4-point favorite in KC.
Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay.
All right, I took Kansas City. I think Kansas City will win the game.
KC defense can't stop it.
Monday night would have been good 40 years ago. Miami at Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh a 14.5-point favorite.
Oh, God.
Dolphins and the
Miami,
points.
yes.
Oh, we're all taking Dolphins. That's too many. They don't even have their quarterback.
No, nobody's scoring, but that could be another 9-0 game.
That's the worst Monday night game I've ever seen.
All right, we got to scoot. Still looking for more sponsors. If you can help out, please. We got thousands of people watching, and I can tell you all the details. If you can hold me, for Marty, John, I'm Norm. We'll see you next week here at the Front Row Roundtable Show, presented by Ralphie's.